Aha, bonjour. Aha, bonjour. Aha, amiga, nish mino age jamata no katamang away. Eh, kandu kikenda mang anishnabe moin. Arin goek. Kay noang wen ita anishnabe moin. Ageni ni tashigo ga ni guapache. Kay go on kikenda sin away. Nan duk kikenda ni go genin. Nan duk kikenda. I also I also seek to find uh, uh, words, like learn how to say words. So so going back to what I just said at the beginning, I guess we're going to get started again to work on this language we call Anishinaabe Muin, how to speak it little by little. Sorry, and so in the last lesson we did a review of uh, numbers from 1 to 10. We'll do a quick review on those. We did a past, present, and future tense of words, and we applied neen, geen, and ween, what I call the three-person forms, using the word ija, meaning going somewhere, to create little short sentences. So I'll run through those quickly. Um, we also covered days of the week and applying those days of the week with the numbers that we covered before that. So we'll do that again. It'll be a quick review, then we're going to move on from there. All right. So, let's start from our numbers. Okay, from 1 to 10. Okay, 1 to 10. So as I'm saying them, use your fingers to count the number in English, so you'll know that. Okay, one is beijig. Okay, but I'm just going to say the Anishinaabe word. Now use your fingers to keep track of which number this is. Okay, beijig, nij, niswe, niwin, nanan, ingotose, nijose, nishose, shankse, metase. There's our numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. So now when we apply those numbers to other things, like let's say days of the week, let's say for the fifth day of the week, which is Friday, it's not going to be so the word gijigat is day. Okay. So like if we're going to say fifth day, we're going to say not nanan gijigat, nanan gijigat. It's almost like that, a clash of consonants. So anytime you have a clash of consonants, not consonant clusters are different. But if you have one word from another, and then there's a clash of consonants, sometimes it doesn't roll off the tongue as easy. So that's when you say for the fifth day, which is Friday, it'll change to na no gishigat, o gishigat, o gishigat. So those two consonants seem to work better. Okay. Actually, one of them is a vowel. Okay, sorry about that. And in the next lesson, I'm going to talk a little more about those, and we're going back to those too because we covered the double vowel chart and the consonants and vowels. Okay, so let's continue on. We have uh, colors: makate, misko, ojaushko, ozawa, wapshki. Okay, so I think in the last lesson we covered colors when it comes to things inanimate. Maybe I'll add today um, things that are animate. Okay, makatewa is inanimate. That's an object, an inanimate object, not living object. But certain things that are considered animate become makateweze. That bear is black. The black bear. Makateweze or makwa. Makateweze makwa. Makateweze because it's animate. Okay. Uh, the fox is a red fox. Miskoze. Miskoze o wagush. Miskoze wagush. Ujaushko is blue, purple, or green. Now, if it's anything that's green or an animate like person or animal or something that's considered animate, an object that's considered animate, would then become not ujaushko when it's inanimate, but it's going to be ujaushkoze. Okay, so let's think of something. Okay, the car. Okay, a blue car. A car. Okay, ujaushkoze o taban. Now, ujaushkoze. Why is a car considered animate in the Anishinaabe culture? A car is considered animate as if it's alive. Maybe it carries us, or we're an extension of that car, that truck, or something. And those automobiles are more recent in the Anishinaabe culture. How far back does the language go? What came first, the car or the language? So that's the question, right? So I believe that the language is uh, is older, but it was adopted when we use certain words as being animate. So in recent times, we've come to have automobiles, and and an automobile came to be known as being animate. And as I said, perhaps it's because maybe it's considered as an extension of ourselves as humans. Okay, so that's why we can describe the car as a living object, and then we can say "Ujaosh kuzi o taban," "Ujaosh kuzi o taban." But the word "Ujaosh kuzi" is like if we're describing a blue animal, like a blue, like maybe a fish, a blue fish, or a green uh, walleye. Walleye is a green in color. Ujaosh kuzi o ogao. Ogao is the walleye. Ojao shkuzi o oga, right? Ojao shkuzi. But then so now we have those colors for ojao shkwa is like as green, blue, purple. Ozawa, ozawa is it? Again, we're talking about animate. We're covering animate this go around, right? Before we were talking about things inanimate. Now, ojao shkuzi, so ozawa is it? Ozawa is it? Ozawa is it? Oashkeishe. The deer is brown or even yellow, even orange sometimes. Orange, kind of orange in color, orangish in color. Okay, so wapshkizi, wapshkizi, wagush. Sometimes the fox will turn white in the wintertime. The fur changes. Okay, days of the week. Itama no kigi, itama no kigi shigat, ni shogi shigat. Pitause. Are you counting with your fingers in numbers like third day, right? Ni yogi shigat. Let's go back to the numbers. Basic, nish, niswe, niwin. One, two, three, four. Ni yogi shigat. The fourth day. When you think of in terms of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that's basic, or sorry, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday is the fourth day of the week, right? We already covered Nano Gishigat, right? That's Friday. Matanoa Gishigat is Saturday. Matanoa Gishigat. Aname Gishigat is Sunday. Let's move on to days in the past, present, and future. Awasanago. Awasanago is 2 days ago. Awasanago. Pichinago is yesterday. Oabang is tomorrow. Awaswabang is 2 days from now. Okay. So Awasinago is 2 days ago. That's in the past. Awasinago. Now there's a sound in there that is used for other things, and I'm going to talk about that. Awas, like let's say if you say to somebody, like maybe somebody is standing too close to you, you can say, like in a teasing way, you can say, awas ima, like you know, as if you're saying, can you move away a little bit, a little further away, awas, like you can say that to like an annoying critter, like maybe a dog, like you don't want the dog to be too close to you sometimes. You say awas. So awas is just means like further back, like give me some space. Awas, awas ima, awas nauch, like that. Now we can use that in days, like when we describe not yesterday but the day before. Awas sinago. Okay. Pichinago is yesterday. All right. Wabang is tomorrow. Awaswabang is further in time, which is the day after tomorrow. Awaswabang. Okay. So uh, that's where we left off. Well, actually, we left off after the days of the week. So this is the new thing that we're starting with today. Awasinago, Pichinago, Awaswabang, or Wabang and Awaswabang. So that's the thing that we're doing today. Okay. So moving on, let's do. I want to review the vowel syllable consonant chart. Okay. So we have. We'll start with the vowels. In the consonant chart that I use, it has the, it has three short vowels and four long vowels. Okay. Now, the three short vowels are a, e, o. Those are the sounds that are attached to a lot of the words that we use. Okay. But those are not just it there. Those aren't. There's more. Okay. But we have three short vowels. Okay. A, e, o. So that's the letter A, the letter I, and the letter O. And they're not sounded like A, I, O as we do in English language. We sound them out almost literally to the way they sound when we say words like ah, ah. Sorry, excuse me. Ah, e, o. your three short vowels. For the four long vowels are a, e, o, e. The ah sound has two letter A's. The the E sound has two letter I's. E, E, okay, like that. Um, the O sound, O is two letter O's side by side. And the fourth vowel, the long vowel, is the letter E for the sound E, E, okay? So now let's say the four long vowels: a, e, o, e. A, e, o, e. Now let's say all the vowels together. The short vowels combined with the long vowels. A, e, o. A, e, o, e. So that's all the vowels combined. Now we said that there are three short vowels and there are four long vowels, and that adds up to how many vowels altogether? We have seven vowels. For the four long vowels are doubled, except for the letter E, which represents the sound. Okay, so so now we have a, e, o, a, e, o, e. That's our vowels. Now let's go on to the consonants. The consonants, there are 17 consonants. And in the chart that I use, the consonants are in a column at the far left side of the chart. The vowels that go across the top. So, okay, so in that column at the far left corner, the far left side of the chart, it's a column that goes up and down. So we have ba, pa, da, ta, ga, ka, ja, cha, za, sa, ja, sha. And then we have ma, na, wa, ya. And there's one final sound, which is what's called a glottal stop sound, and that's ah ah. It's like a catch in the breath, like a sound. So the catch in the breath sound really plays a big role in Anishinaabe speaking, um, because the catch in the breath sound can can separate one meaning from another, like as in a sentence almost like so and that's that sound that we go as we're speaking in mid sentence. Sometimes if we have that sound placed, it's placed there for a reason. It's so that it separates one meaning from the next. It's like it's like two words. Because the language is descriptive, there are more syllables to complete a thought, to create a sound or how to create a sentence. And that's why that happens. That's why the glottal stop is useful. So what I always tell people is, if you learn how to master that, if you learn to pay attention to that glottal stop sound when you're reading the text, see this is a more recent thing now where we're reading the language. Before it's because the our culture is so um, oral, everything is passed down orally through speaking and through um, maybe even going back in time, like through like rock paintings and things like that, or just storytelling. Like that's how things are passed on. It's more recent now, and we're using uh, like even the chart, right? That's that's the chart is a very new thing. 1980 is not that long ago. The first known chart that was put together by some students from Lakehead University, at least in this area anyway. There's uh, there's charts that come out of the Minnesota now, and they look slightly different. Uh, and that's what I'm looking at right now. So I'm kind of having to piece it together because it's everything is slightly different. But I know the chart enough to figure out where things are, and in in the chart that I'm used to using. So unfortunately, I don't have that in front of me at the moment. But this chart works because it's not too far off the mark. There are certain sounds that are not used, and those ones are the letters F, L, if you use the L sound, you'll sound out like a sound like L, or the letter R for R, those kind of sounds. You won't find those in the Anishinaabe dialect. U, the letter U, or V, you know, V, that letter V, not B, but V. That you won't. That's just not sounded out in the language. Those ones, and there's like about six of those letters that are not used when we speak the Anishinaabe language. Okay, so now let's put together the let's combine the vowels with the consonants. The vowels and consonants. Ba. So let's sound out the consonant itself. Ba, ba. Now let's add the sound. There's the first short vowel. Remember we have the three short vowels. O. So let's combine the ba, the consonant ba, with the vowel a. We're going to get ba. If we add the we're going to get be. The o sound, we're going to get bo. Now let's go with the long vowels. A, E, O, E, with the ba sound. We're going to get ba, bi, bo, be. Pa, pa, the letter P, pa. It's going to be it's going to be more of that kind of sound for the consonant. It's just going to be the pa, pa, like that. Because when we add the sound in there, the short vowel we're going to get pa, pe, po. That's for the three short vowels. We're combining the three short vowels with the pa sound. We're going to get pa, pe, po. If we add them with the if we add it with the E, O, A, the four long vowels. We're going to get pa, oh, sorry, pa, pi, po, be. Okay. Now let's do this a little faster now. We're going to go to da, de, do. Da, di, do, de. Ta, ta, de, do. Ta, ti, do, de. Ga, ga, ge, go. Ga, gi, go, ge. Ka, ka, ge, ko. Ka, ki, go, ge. Ja, ja, je, jo. Ja, ji, jo, je. Cha, cha, che, cho. Cha, chi, jo, che. So you're getting the idea now. If you're I don't want to touch the whiteboard because I did something with the last recording where it went into a separate Zoom meeting. I don't know how that happened. I'm using a different laptop today here. So and it's I don't know. I don't want to mess with that right now. So otherwise I would have the chart up where you can see it, but you're listening so you can kind of follow along with me. And I try to not go so fast. But um, so um, so the Anishinaabe syllables, the combining the 17 consonants and the seven vowels, the three short vowels plus the four long vowels creates our chart. Okay, and the last one, the the catch in the breath sound or the glottal stop sound, which is like a catch in the breath, which is this ah sound. Okay, you can attach that with all the vowels a, e, o, a, e, o, a. Right? You can attach that symbol with each of those vowels. Okay, so when you're writing out a sentence, when you're writing out a word, if you have that, if you have that catch in the breath sound mark in that where we need that, there's that's another thing that we learn over time. Like you don't use it in every single place because there are sounds that do the work where you don't need that catch in the breath. But um, when we're writing it out and you know that there should be a catch in the breath in this part of the sentence, then you'll add that mark there, and uh, and we'll get to that. So let's don't think too much about that. So that's what I wanted to review that. So now when we work with words like let's go back to something we did yesterday. Makade, misko, ojaushkwa, ozawa, wabshki. Those are the colors. Remember the ma sound in the consonants? Ma. Now when we say makade, we add the ah sound. Well, now we have ma. Ka, the ka sound in the consonants. And there's a short vowel ah there too. So now we have maka. And now da. And then there's the long vowel e. So now we have makade. Okay. So that's how you can figure out how to spell a word. Um, but it takes a while to get to that point. We have to learn how to use the chart. We have to keep referring to the chart for a while when we want to learn how to spell words. Misko, meaning red. We have ma, the consonant, ma, the the short vowel and o, the sound, me, s. There's the s sound, s, ka. There's another k, And the O, the short vowel O, creates the word misko, meaning red. Misko. Okay? So there's no long vowels in those two words. Makade. Oh, actually, there is one long vowel, which is the A sound, the last letter. Remember the long vowels A, E, O, E. The letter E represents a long vowel. So there's memory work involved too in figuring out how to say these words. So let's take the word ojaushko. Something is blue, purple, or green. Let's say a green canoe. Sometimes a long time ago when people made canoes, um, rather than making a birch bark canoe, people started using canvas to to make a canoe, and then they would paint it with like house paint, latex paint. So they would paint their canoe green, and that's kind of a that's a sealant for the latex paint would act as a sealant for the canoe, right? So also it had a beautiful color to it. So Ujashko, Ujashko Jiman, the canoe is green, or literally translated, green is the canoe. We can say Jiman Ujashko. That's not as common as if you say Ujashko Jiman. That's more common to say it that way. But if you're literally translating it to English, you got to flip the noun and the verb, right? Then you'd have to say green is the canoe. It's very eloquent in speech, but but it still communicates the idea. All right. So that is for those colors. Uh, so now let's break down that word ozhaoshko. O is the short vowel O. O. So remember in the chart we have ja. Okay, ja. So I always add an S between the Z and H. So it complicates things a little bit, but I won't get into that. So I'm just going to say ja is ZSH, ja. Okay, so that's your consonant cluster, ZSH, ja. And there's your long vowel ah right there, because we're going to say orja or shkwa. Okay, orja, sh, or shkwa. So we have a long vowel A there. So now we have O, Z, S, H, A, another consonant cluster, sh, which is sh, and there's a k. So now we have a consonant cluster of shk, 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 wa. W is the consonant, and the long vowel a is ah. So now we have orja, shkwa, meaning the color blue, purple, or green. Orja, shkwa. And what noun did we use? The canoe, right? Jiman. Jiman. Ujashko Jiman. So now here, did you hear the sound when I said Ujashko Jiman? Jiman. That's the glottal stop sound right there. Ujashko Jiman. It's very brief. It's very slight, but if and and Because remember how I was saying about how a glottal stop separates one meaning from another. Okay? وجاو شقا الجيمان. Okay? وجاو شقا الجيمان. All right? Jiman. Jiman is the canoe, and وجاو شقا is the color, green, canoe. But if you're going to say that in an Anishinaabe sentence, you're going to go, you don't say وجاو شقا جيمان. It sort of makes it sound empty. It's almost like a bunch of syllables. Ujashkwa. But if you add that sound in the middle, Ujashkwa, it's just that slight sound. Ujashkwa, then you've completed the sentence. And that's why I say if you learn how to pay attention to the glottal stop throughout your language learning, you have half of the battle is won. Like it's the way I describe it. It's like you're learning how to actually use the language, and you're becoming more fluent because the glottal stop sound plays a huge part in the language. Okay. So because we're dealing with consonants and vowels, that's that really plays a huge part in because the glottal stop sound is its own syllable. So if we're going to break down the syllables of a word, like let's break down the syllables of the Joshua Ichiman. O, O, Ja, Wa, Shkwa, Ichiman. There's 7 syllables there. O, Ja, Wa, Shkwa, Ichiman. I is its own syllable. Okay? So even though it's just a slight sound, it's its own syllable. Okay? So whenever you see that a tick mark, when you're reading the word, that's a syllable. Okay. Let's see. Days of the week, nitamanokigi. You got Monday. You could actually add the glottal stop sound in before anoki because of the sound in anoki. You could go nitam anoki gijigat. Uh, not necessarily because the sound is its own thing too. So that works on its own. Nitam anoki gijigat. Okay. So apita apita we say. There you could replace the I with the glottal stop sound. When we say apita, it's almost like a silent sound right there. Instead of saying beta, we could go bita. It's like almost like you're creating that breath sound instead of the sound when we say apita. You're going from B to the T, and the thing that separates them is the breath sound. Apita, like that, right? Apita is half of something. Apita. All right. So so that's what I wanted to cover today. Let's move on to weather. Words to do with weather. Weather is important in conversation too. A lot of times, like when in small talk, like chances are you're gonna refer to the weather in your conversation. Okay, so um, So this is a word list of weather conditions. All right. So this one we took up on the 22nd of May, and those ones are first one is animhiki ka, animhiki ka. Okay, let's see. Let me just jot some notes down here. Uh, First recording was okay. So when we talk about our weather weather conditions, we have a whole list of those. Uh, Let me just finish writing the notes here for a second here. So animhiki ka. It's thundering outside. Animhiki ka. Okay. Um, I'll go through the list for now, and then I'll break the words apart. Okay. So I'll probably be able to get through. I'll probably get through maybe. I'm going to try for 7 words. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go 5. I'm going to go to five words because I want to break them down as well. So animhiki ka, that's 1. Number 2 is awan. Third is bunibisa, kisina, or kisina. Remember the glottal stop sound we were talking about, the breath sound? Kijate. Again, there's a breath sound there. Or you could use the sound. We can go kijate or kisina, right? But we can just go kisina. We go from the K to the S right away. And that's almost like a clash of consonants. Same as like kijate. Well, kijate, it's unavoidable. Like you almost need the I there in between gija or gij. Okay. Okay. So now let's break it apart. Break the words apart. Sorry. Hold on. Animhikika. Animhikika. Animhikika is it's thundering. It's thundering outside. Now there's a deeper meaning when it comes to that in the Anishinaabe culture. Animhiki is a thunderbird. Animhiki. So when we add the sound ka at the end, animhiki ka. Okay, are you following now? Animhiki, animhiki ka. Okay, animhiki ka. Animhiki is the thunderbird. Animhiki ka is there. There are thunderbirds. Okay, so so that could infer the meaning is inferred that there are thunderbirds in the sky. I guess they're flying around, and the lightning is coming out of their eyes, and they're like striking the trees or striking the ground. Animhiki ka. So that's the meaning of the word animhiki ka, and So what that means is it's thundering. It's thundering. Okay. Awan. 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 Awan is it is foggy. It is foggy. There's fog outside. Anim awan. Awan. It's a simple sounding word, two syllable sound. Uh Bonibisa. Bonibisa. It's like uh the rain is stopping. Bonibisa. The word, the sound boni. It's like if you were to say boni don't yeah boni don't like leave that now. Stop that. Boni don't yeah. And they say boni bisa when you apply that to the word boni bisa to the rain. So the rain is stopping. The sound boni is the part that indicates that something is stopping. Bisa, the bisa part of the word is like the rain is coming down, but it's the rain falling is bisa altogether. Bibon, oh sorry, boni bisa is the rain is stopping. Boni bisa, okay, boni bisa, okay. Kisina or kisina, ke se na is it's cold. It's cold outside. Cold weather. Kisina. So we can say kisina or we can say kisina with that catch in the breath sound in the middle of the K and the S. Kisina. You're going immediately from the K to the S and you're going kisina. And you add that tick mark to indicate that there's a breath sound in there, the glottal stop sound. Kisina. Okay. Gishate. Gishate. Ke. Ja. De. Gishate is um, the sun. The sun is heating outside. That's basically what that's describing. Gishate. Kegogi bimate, or something when something is light is shining. That's the ate part of it. When something kikegogi gishitig, when something is hot, but we only use the sound gishe, right? Not gishe, but gisha. So that indicates that um, the air is being heated by the sun. Gishate, okay? Gishate. So it's like another way to describe it. I guess it's like a hot light, a hot light. But we all know that what the light is, right? It's the sunlight. But the gishate is what it describes. If you describe what gishate means, it's like a hot light of some sort, a light source that is heating the air. It's all inferred in that. It's an understanding. It's an understanding. It's not one descriptive word. It's all implied or it's inferred into those sounds. Kijate, those three sounds. Kijate. All right. Let's see. Maybe I might have time for another couple more. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to move my line up a little more. So here, ningokwat, ningokwat. Okay. Now here's where the word ningo. Remember when I was talking about 1 unit of something, ningo ninch, 1 unit of something. But here the sounds ningo are used in a different way. It's used to refer to something being covered. Ningosin, ningo. Something is buried. Ningo igate. When something is being buried, ningo igate. All right. So ningosin. Something is uh, something is being covered by something. Okay. Ningokwat. Okay. The quat sound, the kwat, quat, ningokwat is the cloud. Now there's okay, so we can sort of put together the idea that there's clouds are covering something, like there's a cloud cover. Okay, so that means it's a cloudy day. Ningokwat. All right, ningokwat. All right, so now here's the opposite of bibon, or the opposite of boni bisa. So it's machi bisa, machi bisa. Okay, machi bisa. And machi bisa is remember that bisa is the rain falling. In biboni bisa, or sorry, I always want to say bibon. Boni bisa means something is quitting or stopping. Boni is the part that indicates that something is stopping. Boni bisa. Here it says machi bisa. So, and that's the opposite. Okay. Machi bisa is something is starting. Something is beginning. Machi bisa. If you use the word machi, mach se, something is starting. Mach se. But we already have bisa in there, so the rain is starting. So we don't have to say mach se bisa. We say machi bisa. Okay. If we're just going to say something is starting, we would say mach se, but we already have bisa in there. So we just cut out the se sound in machi, and we just go machi bisa. All right. So um, if I'm going too fast, review the recordings, listen to them over and over. Um, I try to repeat things. If I get too fast, um, stop the recording, pause it, and bring it back to where you want to listen to something over. Then you'll get the idea that okay, machi bisa, the rain is starting. Okay, now let's quickly go over. Animhiki ka awan biboni. Oh, sorry, here we go again. Uh, Boni bisa gisina is it's cold. Gijate, the sunlight is hot. Ningokwat, there is cloud cover. Machi bisa, it's starting to rain. Animhikika, it's thundering. Awan, awan is it's foggy. Boni bisa, the rain is stopping, right? And so on. Okay, so with that, I shall stop this lesson. Until next time. Aha, miigwech.